Now, Israel is in great turmoil, and I believe that it's all because the new government has a lot of religious agendas, and I believe that next 3 years is very critical regarding the rebuilding of the third Jerusalem temple. So basically, regarding the Jerusalem temple, there are two thoughts in the Jewish religion. One believes that the Messiah will build the Jerusalem temple again. But the other group believes that we shouldn't rely on the Messiah to build the Jerusalem temple. We should always try to rebuild the temple. So, as you know, Ben-Gvir became a minister in the newly elected government, and he's one of those who believe that you have to build the Jerusalem temple first to usher in the Jewish Messiah. So I believe this newly elected government is trying to push a lot of religious agendas. There are like a minor religious agendas, like the seminary students should be exempt from the army service. But their ultimate goal is to rebuild the Jerusalem temple. So I believe that there is a great possibility they are trying to push this judiciary reform, because right now any kind of laws passed by the Knesset can be struck down by the Attorney General. So they are trying to reduce the power of the Attorney General so that they can pass all these laws. That can be the foundation toward the building of Jerusalem temple. And the next 3 years is very critical because right now the polling numbers are not that great for the government. So they know that there's a great chance that they won't be able to retain their power in the next election. So within the next 3 years, they might try to push in all areas, including the judiciary reform, toward the goal of rebuilding the Jerusalem temple. So I think the next 3 years is very critical. And I believe that this is how all things will unfold. So I think this government, they might try to rebuild the Jerusalem temple, and then if they build the Jerusalem temple, just like the Jewish boy Nathan saw, Obama will attack Israel and destroy the third Jerusalem temple. And then the Jewish Messiah will appear to save Israel, and then he will build the Jerusalem temple again for the fourth time. And at that time, the last 7 years of this mankind will start. So, like I shared in another video, don't think that the Great Tribulation will begin when the third Jerusalem temple is rebuilt. So the third Jerusalem temple might be rebuilt during this term, and then it will be destroyed, and then the fourth Jerusalem temple will be rebuilt, and then at that time the Great Tribulation will begin. So it's amazing to see how the worldly events are unfolding toward that fulfillment of Bible prophecy. So this newly government is amazing in itself, because it's like a very religious government, and is still elected in this very secular society. And it's amazing, but it still happened. So Israel is in great turmoil, and I think it's accelerating toward the Jewish temple, and I believe the next 3 years is very critical.